What is up, bros? It is officially that time of the year again when we get the new season of Rainbow Six. The Ubisoft invited me to play Operation Brutal Swarm early this season, so in this video I'll be showing you all of the details about Year 7 Season 3, and of course I'll be showing you the new strats with Grim, so sit back, subscribe for more content from me, and let's get into it. The new operator is an attacker from Singapore named Grim. Grim is a 3-speed 1 armor operator, and his ability is a device called the Kawan Hive launcher. This launcher fires a canister that releases a swarm of bots that reveals opponents passing through it for a limited time. Grim has 5 of these, and you'll spawn in with them at the start of each round, and they can be fired fairly quickly, like pretty much semi-auto. One of the stronger strats that we did early was just straight up stack up outside of sight and then combo defenders inside with a few hives, maybe a lion scan, and then we all just rushed in and went for a quick plant. Now I'm pretty sure that's not the meta that most of us want, but don't worry, we got a bunch of other strats too. You can shoot these hives on the floor, through the floor, on the wall, and my favorite, stick them to the ceiling above hard to reach anchor spots to have the hive then drop down and tag whoever is below. Now when a defender goes into a hive, they're gonna get pinged and tracked for the duration that they stay inside of the swarm, but if they just touch it and then move away, then they're gonna get pinged for a total of 3 times. One's gonna happen at 1 second, then 3 seconds, and then 6 seconds. After Grim launches a hive, it will sit there for about 10 seconds, and there's no point in time that anybody can shoot the hive to destroy it. This makes it have a lot of potential in post-plant scenarios, especially because you can shoot them wherever you want. You don't have to expose yourself by running up to a doorway to place a claymore, but a downside to keep in mind is that you do shoot this from a launcher, meaning you're not going to have your primary weapon out, so you're not going to want to get caught holding your launcher when a defender does push for a retake.
That's what the kids call epic fail.
There is a lot of ways to use Grim, but here are some of the counters that you guys need to know about. Because this is a projectile, Jaeger will destroy it if it comes within its path. Wamai discs will catch it, and then the hive will deploy wherever the Wamai disc takes it. Aruni gates will destroy hives if you launch it right into the gate. Mute jammers cancel the hives if you sit on the jammer, which seemed to be really strong with the short playtime that we did get. Vigil can counter at least a couple of the pings, but that's going to also depend on the timing of the gadget activation because the hive does last about 10 seconds. So even though Vigil might escape a ping or two, the attackers are still going to get at least one and have some intel on your general area, and the initial entrance of the gadget seemed to always ping Vigil even if he walked into the hive with his cloak activated. The most YOLO counter that I had fun with was just straight up to tank the hive and then run through it, because I found that a lot of times the attackers would place a hive in doorways so that they could then focus their attention elsewhere. They won't expect this.
Oh, he's intentionally getting beat.
For Grim's loadout, he's going to be bringing IQ's 552 commando that has access to every single 1x site, but unfortunately he does not have any scopes at the moment. The second option that he has for primary weapons is the SG CQB shotgun that Twitch, Doc, Rook, and Lion also have access to. As of right now, Grim only has one option for his secondary weapon, and it is the P229 handgun that Habana, Goyo, and Echo also have, and then his gadget options are breach charges or claymores. Besides the new operator Grim, there are quite a lot of changes coming at the start of Year 7 Season 3, and most of you have probably heard by now that they did move the new ranked map to Season 4, but they are going to be bringing in the SI 2021 map Stadium to all playlists. The 2021 Stadium is the hybrid of border and coastline, and they said that they even play tested it with pros, and they're pretty confident going into it, and it's going to be well balanced for all playlists. This is going to be our new ranked map for the season, so while it's not completely new, at least there is still something that's kind of fresh there. They're adding a couple changes to the battle passes, where now when somebody purchases a battle pass, they are going to get a 10% discount across the entire store. And the second thing is that we can now gift battle passes to people that we've been friends with for a certain amount of time that are on the same system. Unfortunately, there is still no creator code, so while I give a huge thank you to Ubisoft for inviting me to play this early, I also want to thank one of the biggest supporters of the channel, Roccat, and they create some of the best gaming peripherals out there. So if you'd like to check them out, I have all of my favorite gear linked down below, and code Brah is going to save you 10%, so check them out in the description box below. Now, moving on to some gadgets, there is a new secondary gadget coming called the EMP Impact Grenade that is basically a baby Thatcher EMP. It has a smaller radius and does not last as long when it disables gadgets. At the start of the season, these are going to belong to Blackbeard, Monty, Dokkaebi, Gridlock, Sledge, who also lost his ACOG, but more on that in just a little bit, Lion, and Osa. Ubi is adding a new dedicated place for learning about the penalties that players can get while playing. One change that I believe is going to be really good for quality of life is that you're now going to be able to report players directly from match replays, which will be nice because now we can see with much greater confidence if they were actually cheating or not. And a big change coming to all of Siege in general is separating PC and console balancing, where Ubisoft is going to actually be looking at each system to best create things like recoil and handling for each one. With that being said, there is a lot of recoil changes that are going to be coming to PC right when the season drops, and it's how that there will now be increased stages of recoil while someone is simply holding down the trigger. As you can guess, this is going to hugely affect LMGs when someone is just trying to mag dump all 150 rounds. Only time will tell how this affects everything and everything kind of falls in line, but I could definitely tell the game was not as rewarding when just firing 150 rounds right out of the LMG because the recoil felt way more wild towards the later stages of recoil that engaged. There are a lot of changes coming to weapons in general, such as adding more 1.5 scopes to guns. For example, Frost is going to be getting hers back after losing it for a little bit, and they are sadly taking away Sledge's ACOG, which makes me a little bit sad because it feels like he's one of the last remaining OG operators that I really like to play. But they are constantly balancing these things, so maybe something will change in the near future.
Illegal!
They are adding a lot more angle and vertical grip options and a lot more muzzle device options so that we can better customize the recoil that we want to control. And a big change here is that they are buffing suppressors by taking away the damage reduction that they used to have. So yes, if you want to, we can now viably run suppressors without a damage nerf as long as you're okay with the trade-off for slightly more recoil. There are two main operator reworks here where anyone that's wearing Rook armor is gonna get the health boost, plus they're also gonna have the ability to self-revive when downed but not out. This is a pretty big buff, and while I'd still prefer him to just get an ACOG for a buff, I'm curious to see what the Siege community is all gonna think of this. Dokkaebi is getting a slight buff in the way where dead defenders on cams are now also going to get kicked off of viewing cameras when a Dokkaebi call comes through. Before, dead defenders could just stay on the cams and keep doing callouts, but that's going to be taken away for this season. Some new HUD changes are coming, such as when discovering a bomb, they will now both get marked for the team to see. This one seems to definitely just help the newer player base, since everyone that's kind of been playing for a while, once they see one bomb, they pretty much know where the second one is anyways. There's a new map ban update that's coming where both ranked and unranked will present you now with 5 maps in the map ban stage. Teams will be able to ban up to 2 of them, and then it will randomly select between the surviving maps. They said they ran a lot of tests with this and they were able to get a much larger variation in maps played, so maybe for those that want to play Favela in ranked, you're finally going to have the chance to. And now, after 7 years, Castle will finally be getting an elite skin, which I'll quickly play here for you to see. But yeah, that's about it. So here are some of the moments of when we got our first look at Operation Brutal Swarm, and make sure to comment below and let me know what you think of this season so far. You think it's better than last season? Not enough content? Really curious to know your thoughts, so let's get into it. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Anyone have a hard breach by chance?
No,
I do.
I don't.
Oh, I got it! I got the impact kill. This might be a weird question, but okay, you see how I'm pinging a Valkyrie camera? Has it always been an orange outline like that, or was it red before?
No, it was
red.
Okay. I thought I was going crazy.
All right, brother. I'm ready to open some walls.
Ooh.
I got some EMPs as well.
Oh, you didn't get any.
anything.
Oh, they're clever with it. They probably... There we go.
Oh, so then the other one's probably over here.
No, it didn't last long.
Dang, that was fast, dude. Wait, okay, so the radius is like tiny, huh?
Yeah, it's very tiny.
What if I'm gonna hit this drone hole.
Oh! The other at the drone hole.
That's cash. Oh, dude, wait, just a sec.
Yeah, through the drone holes are nice.
It's all you, John. All you.
Cade is
I don't
lit.
have
Oh, he's dead.
intel. Oh, nice.
Nice. Through the drone holes and through the floor have been way more effective for me than anything else.
Okay, I'm gonna go for the plant, and then I will plant a hive on the stairs. Actually, we could just force him to walk into this hive here, huh?
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't stay there for very long, though, huh?
We got this.
Nice, let's go.